What stupid thing did you spend tons of money on? Went to a different city to meet a girl I met on internet, booked flight tickets and hotels on advance for 3 days. She didn't turn up. This is one of the biggest regrets of my life. It could have been worse. She could have showed up and been an absolute train wreck. I bought an 450 Australian dollars bong, then stopped smoking weed. I have $300 vape, nicotine, not weed vape, sitting in the dresser for a few years now. Encyclopedias. The lady was just so convincing, and my husband swore I'd use them for my classroom. Maybe use them once in a year. Buy $500. 2 gallons of Dippin' Dots for $100. For about 5 people. Edit, I don't regret the purchase at all. Banana split dots are heavenly. Lol, where do you even buy Dippin' Dots in bulk? Everything Disney I bought when I used to work for Disney World. They know what they are doing, they really do get you there. Like, I clearly don't need a lightsaber, talking Yoda, or large Mickey Mouse plush. But yet I have them. And I have to explain to everyone who visits my apartment. Don't beat yourself up. Everybody needs a lightsaber. I spent £30 on Shaq Fu for the Mega Drive when I was a kid and still regret it. Saving that much took me months. If you make a review of it on YouTube, you'll probably make the money back. Textbooks that the prof never used despite being required. Did you ever read the textbooks though? I didn't have time to read the textbooks while I was studying undergrad. After studying, I picked them up and read them. It had everything I needed, explained everything I didn't understand. Didn't make that mistake again in my grad and postgrad studies. Also, using the library instead of buying books works wonders. Sims expansion packs. That crap racks up in cost so freaking fast. But we want our virtual people to ride horses and get better jobs and turn into vampires. $1,500 hair extensions. I hate myself for doing that. My fiancée almost did this. I talked her out of it. Thank God. Expensive skincare products. Like, what the heck, I'm still ugly as frick. Lol. I heard simplifying skincare routines down to 3 to 4 basic products is much better than overlaying your skin. Also, a professional makeup artist in Korea told me that a lot of fancy skincare products are not super necessary for you, and companies just market it that way to get you to buy more for your routine. I used to use a 8-step process and my skin really looked good. Now I use 2 products every other day and just hydrate and use a sauna and it looks just as good. Lol. I spent $200 at Disneyland on a bubble shooting gun and about $180 on bubbles. A Snoop Dogg concert. Snoop was so fucked up on something that he didn't sing a single word. Someone stood behind a podium with a MacBook and played old Snoop songs over the PA. Snoop hobbled around on stage and threw joints from a bag at the same people in the front row over and over again. Every now and then he would wobble over to the mic and yell something like a hype man like "Yaha, that's right," etc. Still feel betrayed to this day and get irrationally upset when the Reddit hiver mind praises Snoop Dogg on a daily basis. Aussie 1982 Ish. Too wasted to sing. Randy Rhoads played 45-minute guitar solo about while they had Ozzy backstage trying to sober him up. Maybe a 45 minutes Randy Rhoads solo would be worth going for a lol. Warhammer figurines. The game was okay, but it took me far too long and far too many purchases to remember that I don't like painting. We should be friends. I love the painting, but have no interest in playing. Going out to eat. I always budget like $400 for food a month, and it actually ends up being like $900 because of how much I eat out. Yeah, I also spend ludicrous amounts of money on food because I don't like to cook. I'm trying to switch to easy to prep meals, but eating out is so much easier. And you know what is easier and more expensive than all of that? Delivery. World of Warcraft. Was legit addicted to it for a long time. completely ignored and dropped out of my first year of college in favor of working part-time and playing WoW for about 10 to 12 hours per day. Finally broke the habit after about 6 total years of playing. Now, 7 years after quitting, I still feel the urge to go back to it sometimes. Crap is crazy addicting. And no, I didn't really enjoy it and don't consider it worth it. I'm a completionist. At a certain point it became work and not really play anymore. It still occasionally bugs me that there are achievements/mounts that I never got. The need to try and get everything was what kept me playing. Edit, all 500 people that told me I should come back to play Classic, you're all terrible people. Edit 2, yeah, it's not technically a ton of money, but I also dropped out of college and finally went back like 7 years later. I look at it as a 7-year delay on my career since I work in it, which is what I was planning originally anyway. 7 extra years of experience equates to a lot of extra money. Bath bombs. It's literally money down the drain. Lush is evil. You'd be a block away and smell it. Which turns into yes, $5 is a reasonable price to spend per bath. The secret is to break the bath bombs into smaller pieces. It still works, and they last a lot longer. The last one stained my bath bright pink. The husband was not happy with me. Yeah, they're very concentrated. We literally broke one up into like 16ths and my wife was still afraid we were going to stain the tub pink. A hoverboard I never got. 12-year-old me was very stupid and I had just got an ATM card to cash out of my saved up money in the bank. So browsing Instagram one day, I see an ad for a hoverboard for only $100. Of course though it's a scam company, which I believed. I proceeded to buy one of those Visa gift cards for $100 and DM the Instagram account my card's info. One day later, and my card history said it was all spent at Walmart. However, when I messaged the account who scammed me, they convinced me that something just went wrong and I should redo with a new card. So for some reason, stupid 12-year-old me got another $100 card and sent all that info again. Same deal. I lost $200 of my $1,500 savings account on an internet scam. Yeah, I learned from that mistake. I thought I was industrious, but $1,500 at 12 is rather more than I had. If I'd had $1,500 at 12, I totally would have blown it all on something stupid. Like a hoverboard. Duct tape. When I was around 12 to 13 I spent tons of money on duct tape to make wallets and shit. I was good at it, but it really was a waste. I had a crate full of about 30 to 40 rolls. Good times. That salad of duct tape, but at least you always have some on hand when needed. Oh crap, the plane has broken in half. Who can save us now? Op, smirks. A metal detector for when I lost my college ring. I lost the ring during a party I threw. I thought I lost it outside and freaked out and bought a metal detector to find it. Turns out it was on my desk underneath a dollar bill. You know you can rent a metal detector. Steam sales. The bundles. I recently saw that something like 36% of all Steam purchases are never played, and, on top of that, only 13% are played for more than 30 hours. I blame Steam sales. They give you that extra motivation to jump off the fence when deciding on a purchase, because 75% minus 95% off feels like a once in a lifetime thing, even though it happens like once or twice a month. Bedding that was the wrong size for my new bed. Maybe not tons of money, but too much. I was really horny and drunk, so I bought a custom sex doll for $3K. A garden. Man, you never think about how pricey trees are, or the recommended 3 or 5, 7, 9 multipliers on plant purchases. The idea is that you want drifts of plants, not dots of singular, unrelated plants. And that's just the plants. Well, plants need good soil and nice mulch. Good feed. How are you going to reach and experience the plants? Paths made out of $sign pavers or bricks, of course. Nice tools to keep everybody in shape. Ornamental rocks, benches, patios, planter boxes, pots, decor. What about the animals? Feeders, bird baths, nesting spots, bug hotels. And, unless you're magic, some plants will die. The bark chips will fade, a crow will pull out your plants, a squirrel will kill your bulbs searching for peanuts that the idiot neighbor just tosses around. So, it multiplies. But OMG, I love it. At a pond, go on. If you sit by it on a warm summer's evening and listen carefully, you can hear the sound of money falling out of your wallet into the depths. About $200 worth of D&D books, figures, dice, and miscellaneous accessories when several of us from work formed a group. We played fairly regularly, but the guy whose house we played at got pissy when things didn't go exactly his way, so he stopped all games at his house. We tried playing a couple of times at other locations, but he had been located centrally, and depending on where we played, some people ended up driving more than an hour. Plus, when he quit, he took his girlfriend and best friend with him. One of those ab belts that shocks your muscles into contracting to give you a six-pack. Newsflash, it didn't work, but it did shock the crap out of me. Insulin. It's stupid I have to spend tons of money on insulin. You lack self-control. I have never ever bought insulin. Granted, I don't have diabetes, but still. Have you noticed how insulin dopers always have diabetes? There's just no way that's a coincidence. Don't do drugs, kids. I haven't done this in a while, but I used to spend ridiculous amounts of money commissioning artists online. While it's not really a stupid thing to spend money on, because I like to support artists as much as I can, it got to a point where I was spending half of my wages or sometimes more on them. Honestly, it was almost like I was addicted to just throwing money at artists to see my characters portrayed in different genres and scenarios. I still enjoy looking at the various pieces I commissioned, but every time I see them now I can't help but cringe at how many there and how much money I must have spent in total. Super easy trap to fall into if that's your thing. Children. How much did you pay for them? Enough for them to start college, but not enough for them to pass. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, you can check another video.